morning and welcome to Franchise Direct Live webinar. This is the third in the series and we're here with Action Coach today. I'll just introduce you again to our renowned moderator and journalist, Jerry Foley. And our presenter for today, our guest speaker, is James Vincent. He's UK Performance Director for Action Coach, where he's going to give some really insightful information on how the business works. So Jerry, I'll just pass it over to you.
Thanks again, Lisa, and welcome along, James. Action Coach is a very successful, long-running franchise, nearly 30 years now, active and successful in more than 50 countries. So give us an outline of what it does, and then we'll dig deeper and find out exactly what skill set you need.
Action Coach is a business coaching organization. So what it does, here's the outcome of what it does. It helps business owners make more money. It helps them work fewer hours if that's what they're aiming to do, and to get the team performing better, really. So we work across every area of business. We're generalists, not specialists, but essentially it's there to help business owners grow.
And one of the things which I've learned this week from watching some of the videos you've done yourself with practicing action coaches is the importance of accountability when you're working with the business. So explain why that is a key part of the success plan behind any action coach working with an individual business.
Well, I think not just for Action Coach, accountability is essential for everyone. And what even is accountability? It's a feeling inside that you're accountable to something or someone. Now, when someone has a coach, you imagine someone in sport. Can you imagine a Premier League team without a coach? No, you can't do it. And it simply wouldn't achieve what they're aiming to achieve if they didn't have that sort of sense of accountability. Oh, it's the boss is around, Alex Ferguson time. Oh, Alex is around, we better be sharp. So it's a feeling that's created inside, and it's a really important feeling, because if you don't have it, you will never achieve your potential, because willpower is not enough. And here's the reason why: because you're the easiest person in the world to let down. I'm the easiest person to let down. We're on an 11 o'clock meeting, me and you, Jerry. I can't be late for you. After this meeting, what have I got planned? 11:45, I'm going to be doing this. Could that move a little bit if I'm not meeting with anyone else? Probably. So that sense of accountability is super, super crucial in success on anything, whether you're a business owner, whether you're an athlete, whether you're wanting to do well in your career. And, I suppose having a coach, now you're accountable to someone else. Of course, accountability starts within. You've got to have that feeling yourself. So it's a huge part of what we do. And what happens over a period of time when you develop yourself as a coach, yes, your coaching style develops. Also, your accountability style develops. What's your style of holding people accountable? And imagine turning up, Jerry, to every single week to our meeting, and me as your coach saying, all right, Jerry, which of your goals did you achieve in the last week and which didn't you? Imagine doing that every week. And now all of a sudden, someone's consistently going to be asking you a question like that. What are the chances of achieving your goals? Much, much greater, because someone's asking you the question.
They're asking the questions, but do they always want to hear the answer?
Yeah.
Does the coach want to hear the answer, or do you want to say the answer?
Oh, well, both ways. Let's take it both ways. Because sometimes it's a tough message, that you're delivering, because the numbers, the key performance indicators you've set the business you're working with, perhaps aren't clicking in the right direction. Okay.
Well, look, we know that time unfolds second by second, so it's constant evolution of thing. And one particular philosophy is a philosophy of Kaizen, which is constant, never-ending improvement. And really, even if you've not achieved what you set out to achieve, we should always look to be building strength in the here and now. Even if you've not done this, even me asking you that question and that result becoming visible and us looking at them KPIs, that's a good thing. Because right now, because time only exists right now, Jerry, there's no such thing as the past. There's no such thing as the future now. There's only this conversation. And right now, even if you've not done that, let's look at the truth. Let's look at the truth. And the truth can hurt and the truth can empower. If you don't look at the truth, you're being dishonest.
But there has to be a degree, more than a degree, a high level of confidence by the business people that you're working with, because they know their own business, or at least they think they know their own business extremely well. And then this action coach is coming who isn't an expert in their particular field. So how do you convince them of the benefit of having an outside action coach who somehow has a skill set which can handle marketing, can handle sales, can handle administration, can handle finance, HR for their particular business?
So how do we convince them? Well, look, whilst we're not specialists in particular industry, we coach every industry. We are specialists in business growth. So what you said earlier on, almost 30 years. So the whole sort of framework that we work and coach to is the biggest, most well-documented business growth structure and system that's on the planet. It's been evolving over almost 30 years now. And it's constantly evolving. The sort of best practice and sharing from within the organization is unparalleled. You cannot imagine that. I mean, you said earlier on in the introduction that we're in 50 countries. We're actually in 84 countries.
Wow.
Okay.
You know, we've got over 1,500 coaching offices around the world. And just here in the UK, if you imagine we've got 260 coaches, we meet every day. Every single day we meet, we start every single day on a high. We discuss coaching excellence, whether it be about selling, whether it be about leadership, whether it be about marketing. We're moving it up, and we're looking at that system that's in there as a whole framework. And how do we convince them? Well, we don't have to, because it's guaranteed. We actually put a guarantee on it. We're the only sort of white collar, if you want to say that, even though I'm wearing a blue one today.
Lisa has her white collar on, so
yeah, she does.
Yeah.
So we're the only business sort of coaching firm that globally guarantees it. We actually guarantee it. There is no risk for you. We guarantee the return on investment, 100%.
That's a big commitment, but as you say, you're backing it up with proof of achievement. So 260 action coaches already across the UK. Yeah. That's a lot of people, presumably with a very diverse range of backgrounds. So in terms of people who are thinking of possibly investing in and becoming an action coach, what's the sort of core skill set that you're looking for and the personality traits that make a good action coach?
Yeah, look, people do come from all sorts of backgrounds. It is really interesting. And there are a few common things that really successful coaches have in common. So number one, we definitely want a background with a track record of success. Number two, you got to like being around other people. We're a people business. Mm-hmm. Even though we're online now, we're interacting and engaging here, Jerry. So it's a people business. So you got to like being around people. Probably the counter to that is people have probably got to like being around you as well. All right. Yeah. But I would say the biggest two differentiators is number one, the willingness to learn, so getting seriously into personal development. And number two is wanting other people to succeed. We believe in abundance. We believe that everybody can be successful. We believe that there is enough for everybody. I mean, if you look at Action Coach's vision, that was 1993, Brad Sugars, he came up with this vision, world abundance through business re-education. So even in the vision statement, still almost 30 years later, we are living and breathing this. So we believe that everybody can be successful. And that's the trait that we want. We want someone that's motivated to help you and be bothered about your success, because coaching's a commitment. And when I say a commitment, first and foremost, if I'm coaching you, Jerry, which I'm not, I'm just giving you the example, I've got to commit to you. I've got to commit for a period of time to understand you and your business, where it's moving, where it's going, what we're aiming to accomplish. And that is a big commitment, to put yourself aside for a second and put the person and business owner in front of you. So that's really what we look for in general. So there's people can come in from accountancy with finance skills. There's people that come in from sales, being a sales director. There's marketeers that come in. There's people that's really bothered about philanthropy that come in. Planning, people from sort of planning type backgrounds. We've had a few teachers, we've had people from psychology background come in. So as long as there's a track record of success and core skills where other people have been involved, all of that can be transferred. It can be totally transferred in. And if there's one thing that Action Coach does, and that should be proud of for doing, I mean, I've experienced this from coming in, is we develop bloody good coaches. Sorry for swearing. We develop incredible coaches. Like the training and coaching that they receive, all of them, they receive. We don't believe a coach can coach anyone else unless you're being coached. Whoa, the level of congruence is sky high. And that is amazing to be part of.
How long does it take then for that training coaching program for the would-be action coaches to take place? So what kind of structure is in place before they actually go out and start doing any coaching of their own?
Right. So quite a bit, actually. So there's a lot of sort of virtual learning. So we've made a lot of sort of videos that people have to watch. There's a lot of books to read in preparation. And then there's a 10-day intensive training where we actually certify them as official professional business coaches. So there is a certification to go through, which is, I mean, it's comprehensive. There's work to do before the 10 days, and then there's the 10 days. And then they're out in the real world. They're out in the real world doing it, because, Jerry, you can't teach a kid to ride a bike at a seminar. Your kids don't go to a seminar to learn, okay, you pedal like this. The way you learn how to ride a bike is by riding a bike. So same for us. Yes, there's going to be a number of hours that's got to be done on coaching. And yes, you've got to go through this pre-training and learn. And yes, you've got to read these books. And yes, you've got to become certified. Then there's the real learning by going out there and coaching. We do coaching for a cause. So all new coaches take on 2 clients totally free of charge. And they go and give or gift to charitable organization or something. So coaching for a cause, so that they can actually get some real life experience of what coaching is, because it's only when you get out there doing it, you learn it.
Sorry,
go ahead, Lisa. Yeah.
One question there. When you say they have to be successful in their business, how do you actually kind of measure that success?
When you say successful in the business, are you referring to the track record of success I mentioned? Yeah. Well, I mean, someone might not have been a business owner before they come into this, so they might have been an employee. So we're pretty rigorous on recruitment. We take recruitment very, very seriously, because we get a lot of applications. There's a lot of people that want to do what we do. You want to go to look at LinkedIn and find out how many coaches and aspiring coaches there are out there. Everybody seems to be some kind of advice junkie right now. So there is a lot. So we're serious about recruitment. So we look into, where they've been in the roles, what they've done in the roles, what the roles and responsibilities were, what the biggest achievements have been. We'll be taking references from all different sorts of people. We'll be looking for consistency, duration in roles, progression in career, what the drivers are, what they're driven by, and where's that sense of motivation coming from. We do know that there are some key drivers for coaches. I've already mentioned some. It's about helping other people achieve. I mean, absolutely. Yeah. If that doesn't come out during the recruitment process, they're probably not right for us.
You get a lot of applications, as you say. You've got 260 active action coaches at present, but you're obviously looking for the next group of people to come on board. So what kind of, you've talked about the investment they have to put in terms of their own mindset, taking your rigorous training approach and getting ready to be an action coach dealing with real businesses. What about the financial entry costs?
So if you're coming into this as a franchise partner, so to buy the franchise, What you do is you basically buy an exclusive area. The whole of the UK is basically carved out into territories where there's 10,000 businesses. And we know that if you ever get to the point where you're coaching a very, very small percentage of them, so if your coaching business is coaching 100 of them, you are being crazily successful as an action coach. Now, by 2030, I strongly suspect that we're going to be way over that. I mean, the goal in the UK is to become a household name by 2030. So that's kind of a 6% penetration into the marketplace for us to get that. So if someone thinks about wanting to grow the business, by the time we're a household name, they're just going to think about Action Coach. If you were thinking about, I want to go and get some running trainers, you probably think of Nike or someone you know already. So by 2030, that will be the immediate thought for people. Action Coach. I want to grow my business. Action Coach. So what the investment is, it's 69,000 investment, 60,000 for the territory, 9,000 for the training that goes into that. And what do you get for that? Well, you get that exclusive area of 10,000 businesses to grow a coaching practice to $1 million plus coaching revenue a year in that exclusive area. And you also get the right to recruit as many coaches employed by you as you want to coach in that area. So we did change the model because we do know that, for us to become a household name, there's going to be somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 business coaches in the UK. But there's not going to be 1,000 or 2,000 franchise partners. There's going to be a lot less of them, and they're going to have several coaches in their business.
Yeah.
So that's how the model's emerging. So once all of our territories are sold out, I think there's probably 50 or 60 left throughout the entire of the UK. By the end of 2022, we ain't selling any more franchises. All we're doing is supporting our franchise partners to grow and become this household name.
So this is the moment to get in. And I want to go back to what you said about the guarantee and this emphasis you put on, we're the only one who provide that guarantee. You also say on your website that you've been pandemic and recession proof. Now that's a big claim. So back that up for us.
Back it up. Well, there you go. But look, my role is UK Performance Director. So, it was about February, wasn't it? January, February. It was there was a bit of optimistic denial going around the UK as well. That, it's all right, it's not coming over here. And then all of a sudden, it does come over here. Yeah. And things go from what appears to be bad to worse and etc. A lot of emotion and fear in the marketplace. And if you look at what we've done with our business since that point, we've grown 50%.
That's incredible. Yeah.
The amount of leads, we've achieved personal best in every single KPI that the business has had. The speed of growth has gone up for all of our partners. Because if you consider it, when something like that happens, people look for help. Exactly. So all of a sudden now people are more open to coaching, and we're able to guarantee this. This is giving confidence and strength to the marketplace. We pivoted, we changed a lot of things. We went online, and we really abundantly gave the UK marketplace exactly what they needed, which was reassurance, which was ideas for business growth. We were at the forefront of change and making it happen. So the reality is the proof that we're recession proof, or pandemic proof, if you like, because our business has grown 50% through the pandemic. And second of all, if you go back to 2008, 2009, the sort of major recession, the same happened in the business then. And from because there's two aspects of all businesses. Now let's make it this business, but there's customer acquisition, and then there's customer retention.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you got sales and marketing over here, and operations over here. So our operations is coaching. So look at retention. If we look at the average retention numbers of our clients, so our clients stay with us month by month. There's clients that have been with us now for over 10 years, hundreds of clients that have been with us for that point, because it's their businesses or businesses are continuing to grow. So current KPIs, current place in the market, how our coaches have grown, the average bankings, the average growth rates, the average lead acquisition, the average number of clients that are generated month by month. We've had personal bests in every single KPI through that period of time.
Well, there's very few businesses who could say that, so that's an extraordinary testimony to what you've done. But also, it's a reflection of the way in which, as you're saying to the businesses you're working with, we've got to keep learning, changing, adapting month by month, year by year to what we see in front of us. And that's living proof of it in terms of the overall business structure of ActionCOACH itself.
Yeah, when I look back at it, there was some really important things that happened in the franchise. The need to change was really important, and the need to change fast was really important. And we did that faster than anyone else. We pride ourselves on that. Communication, you know, in a strange, almost counterintuitive way, the fact that we became virtual enabled faster communication, more regular communication.
Yeah.
A number of things changed in the business that are here to stay forever, irrespective of what happens, you know, after Omicron and all the irrespective. There's a number of things that have been changed that are here for the good that probably we wouldn't have changed if it wasn't for coronavirus. So a lot of gratitude to the situation, and one of my mentalities. If you've read Will Smith's autobiography, it's, I mean, Will Smith is one of the most successful actors of all time. Yeah. And he kept himself at the top of his game. And one thing that it says in his autobiography is, one thing you will never do is outwork me. No one will ever outwork me. Put more effort in than I do. And when I self-reflect, that's the same for me as UK Performance Director here on ActionCOACH. And that's what our community got and continually get moving forward. It's that need that then it was 2 to 3 months. And whoa, did things need to happen in the business coaching world to change? Yep. 15, 16 hour days, whatever it takes. I needed to reassure everyone. I needed to communicate things very fast to empower them, and very quickly that everybody changed. We came together as a unit, and that's one thing I've got to say about the community in ActionCOACH. Abundantly sharing, success breeds success. So true.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you're all connected all of the time, because that's another factor which is striking, this idea that you all meet as a community.
Oh, every day.
You're learning from each other every day.
Well, we believe in starting well. If you're gonna do anything, getting off to a great start is kind of irrefutable. It's a good thing, yeah. Get off to a great start. Yeah. So we believe in getting off to a great start every day. So between the hours of 8 and 9, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, only 4 days there, we start the day together on a high, and we start well every day between 8 and 9 a.m. It's sharing of best practice. It's educational content. It's sometimes getting into your mindset for your own development to be successful for the rest of the day. But on a Friday, we actually finish the week together. So instead of starting on 8 till 9, actually we finished 3 till 4. That's early. I mean, you can get to the club. You know, being in business should give you more life. Should do. Being in business should give you more life. So 3 till 4, we finish on a high. And what we do on a Friday is we're bringing global thought leaders, literally some of the most inspirational people on the planet, authors. I mean, there's a book behind me here, The Pressure Principle by Dr. Dave Aldred. I'm with Dave tomorrow at 3 p.m.
And of course, he worked with Johnny Wilkinson famously. Johnny wouldn't have won the World Cup without Dave Alwood, all those hours of practice with him.
Johnny Wilkin, he actively says, doesn't he? He says, Dave Aldred changed my life. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. We get to hang around the world's best. And environment is key. Imagine an iceberg, yeah? 1 degree the wrong side, the iceberg will melt. 1 degree the right side, the iceberg grows. And there is a metaphor in here. We're the same as an iceberg. And the best way to help an iceberg grow is by changing the environment, put it in a good environment, and it can potentially grow. So that's my job as UK Performance Director. That's why I've got Dave in. Yeah. You know, last week was Jake Humphrey, and I think we've already mentioned this, Jake Humphrey and Damien Hughes. Start of the year, we've got someone called Michael Bungay Stanier, who's on Friday the 7th of, and one of his most recent books sold 1 million copies in its first couple of years on coaching. So that's for our coaching community. And I just bring in these global thought leaders every single week to keep us in tip-top condition.
That's a very good practice. Let us know, by the way, if you do manage to get Will Smith on board. I haven't read his book, but I saw him on Graham Norton. And one thing he talked about his work ethic, which you've quite rightly pointed out as being so central to his success. Yeah. But he also said something which stayed with me, which was, sometimes you're doing a job or you're in the middle of something, you're saying, what's the point of this? But he said, nothing is ever wasted because you're learning. As long as you're learning from that particular experience at the time. And that goes into the back of your mind. And sometime later, it's helping to form your present thinking about how to do things.
So true. I mean, that's so true from a mindset perspective. You should look into the past for two reasons only. One is to do exactly what you've just said, to learn. And the second is for self-confidence and self-belief, to make yourself feel stronger now, basically. You wouldn't want to make yourself feel weaker and disappointed and upset now by looking in the past. Now, no one in the right mind would want to do that. It's just very common, actually. A lot of people go into the past. Oh no, I didn't close the sales meeting. Oh, and then they're feeling terrible, and that's just a mindset problem. It's just it's a mindset and self-management issue. And again, that's one thing that we stand for. Even though Action Coach is a business coaching organization, we guarantee the business growth. We are so strong on mindset as well. It's a differentiator for us in the marketplace. You get the best of mindset, which is transformational, and the best of business growth, which is transactional. So that's where we
sometimes the people you're working with who want to obviously grow and develop their business, but they're doing it with a purpose, which may well be, in time, I want to sell this business. And working with a coach, they can achieve that goal as well. So it's not just about growing the business ad infinitum. There might be a point that some businesses say, okay, I want to pass it on now to someone else and I want to sell it.
Well, we come back to a definition, and we're all trained by Brad Sugars. He started this business in 1993, Brisbane, Australia. It started. And how we define a real business is a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without the owner. And that's a real business. When you get the business working without all roads pointing to you, without all pressure coming in on you, that's a real business. And on average, it takes us somewhere between 3 and 5 years to get to that point. Now, ultimately, it could be that it's just the choice to work or not, because some business owners say to us, yeah, but James, I want to work in this business. Well, that's all right. Would you like the choice to have to work or not? Of course. So that's what we do. That's what we guarantee. We get to that point. Now, that end point may well be selling the business. It often is. Yeah. You know, and because we put a lot of structure in place and a lot of systems and processes in place through the coaching that we give business owners, what happens is when they come to sell the business, instead of getting on an average unsystemized, unstructured business sells between 1 and 2 times ish EBITDA or net or operating profit slightly different variables for different industries. I'm just giving you averages. But a systemized, structured business will sell between 5.5 and 6.5 times.
Right.
So the multiple of the sale at the end of the work that we do with the customers that we're coaching is massive, and that becomes a life-changing amount of money.
And I suppose one of the things also which comes through from some of the own videos that you've done with some of the action coaches that are working with you is, without being too profound about it, but they do feel a great degree of their own job satisfaction because you're helping people achieve their goals. You're seeing the development of the business, and therefore you're getting a direct satisfaction from saying, we started and 3 years down the road, look how successful it is. Everything is going to plan.
You know, from that regard, the rewards of being a coach, they do come thick and fast, you know, because it is, you know, I wake up every day with skipping my strategy. I get up at 5 to 5 every single day. I'm skipping out of bed, and I don't even consider I work because I get to experience exactly that. It's very rewarding to see other people being successful. And I do, part of my philosophy is if you win, I win. Mm-hmm. So when you win, actually, because you become successful, I become successful. And the more other people I'm helping become successful, the more I become successful. Zig Ziglar, do you remember him, Zig Ziglar?
No.
He's an American author, sales, very, very good mindset and development. And he said, if you help enough other people become a millionaire, you'll become one.
Yeah.
And suppose that you help enough other people become successful, you'll become successful by definition. Jim Rohn, he's another philosopher, mindset guy. He says you become the average of the 5 key influences of your life.
Right, that's a deep one.
So what happens when you start coaching? You start coaching people, and you're coaching them for a long period of time, and they're very, very successful people, and they're all different in different industries. And before you know it, just hanging around with successful people all day long. I mean, imagine the morning sessions that we jump in 8 till 9. It's just crazily successful coaches, and it starts to roll off. So you start to become one.
We're coming towards the end, James. We have a few more minutes, but I just want to go back to the target that you set in terms of 2030.
Yeah.
For the business itself. So we're at a fairly, despite the long history of success, this is a new phase, a new set of ambitions for Action Coach itself. Mm-hmm. So big targets.
Big targets, yeah. And, you know, for us to achieve that point and be coaching 100,000 plus businesses out there, you know, there's a hell of a lot we've got to do on marketing, you know. And if we look at the ownership of the UK business, it's owned by 2 people, Julie Wagstaff, Ian Christolo, and they are serious investors. They are prepared to invest whatever it takes into marketing, into publicity, into development. They push me each and every day to make sure that I'm driving coaching excellence. And when I say coaching excellence, I don't just mean coaching excellence. I mean marketing excellence, sales excellence, every day through our franchise partners. So yeah, it's some big goals. So one thing is they invest. The second thing is they've got the winning mentality. They are making it happen. They've got a clear vision that we're all embodied onto. I mean, anyone that comes into the business, I create that vision with them as well. We don't recruit people that don't share the vision. Mm-hmm. So we definitely building a cohesive leadership team that is driving to that. And right at the top of it, we've got 2 people that are prepared to invest, and they've got the winning mindset. Whatever it takes attitude to transform the UK marketplace. Because look, when we're coaching 100,000 businesses, this economy will be transformed.
and having you as the performance director, making sure that all of the action coaches are on message, on board fully every day at 8 o'clock in the morning. That sounds like a winning formula to me. Lisa, any other questions you want to say to James before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I suppose you look for some special traits in people. Do you think everybody can become a coach?
No.
Or is that just, do you think it's actually in the person? Leadership, motivation, a vision, goals?
Look, you've got to have a desire. I mean, there is this, you can do anything, not everything. You know, everybody can't become a coach because not everybody wants to even become a coach. Becoming a coach is a commitment. And unless you're willing to put someone else in front of you for a period of time, you're probably not right for it. Mm-hmm. And that's some people go into coaching and because they just want to earn more money, they just want to more sort of greed and I want people to see me as the guru type thing. And it doesn't work. It's not about you using coaching. It's about them.
So if I think, I'm definitely ready. I have all those traits, positive, motivational. I skip out of bed in the morning and all. And I go to you and I say, I want to sign up. What do I do?
Then you start learning.
Yeah.
We believe that you learn before you earn. So
I can't.
Words is one thing. Action is a different thing. So then you start learning. The whole learning process starts. Yeah. We believe in self-development. That's what you do.
And as you said, James, I mean, there's a very clear structure in place and a rigorous process before you can officially call yourself an action coach, because you have to learn those skills and be ready to hit the performance targets.
Give us a call. Give us a call, reach out to our team, and you will go through quite an intensive recruitment structure, because we've got to make sure that you're aligned with us, we're aligned with you. We're covering all bases. You will need to prove it. You will need to prove it. And hopefully it is you. Hopefully it is you.
And just in the background there, I see a lion.
A lion, yeah.
That's the symbol of the lion. Is that in the way you run?
Strong heart, strong focus, strong will, determined success. It's kind of looking up there, isn't there? And there's a bit of calmness in the sort of picture there. Quite like the colours that are on there as well. So it's symbolic of strength and belief and commitment.
Mm-hmm. Don't start analysing our backgrounds, James, before we go. So I'm going to hand back to Lisa. It's been a really fascinating talk, and continued success for Action Coach and yourself. And it's great opportunity for the 260 people who are action coaches to have that opportunity a few times a month to get world-class thought leaders in front of them and to discuss
every week.
Every week. Well, even better. Well then, fantastic.
We don't do anything in half measures.
Okay, Lisa, you want to say goodbye to James? Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, James. And thank you, Jerry. As I said, a follow-up email will be sent out to everybody who registered with any kind of collateral or videos that James has mentioned as well. And I just want to take the opportunity to wish you a happy Christmas and a very successful New Year as well.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.